Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss stories that cut deep and feel real. I sensed something was off the second the waiter's smile stiffened. He approached our table, table 14, Sarah's favorite spot because it gave a perfect view of the water, and greeted her with a warmth that instantly twisted my gut. But it was what he said next that pulled the ground right out from under me. Happy birthday again, ma'am. Will the other husband be joining you tonight, too? My fork slipped from my fingers. Sarah's color vanished. So fast, I thought she might collapse. She gave a laugh, strained and hollow, the kind that never reaches the eyes. You must have me mixed up with someone else, she said quickly. The waiter frowned, clearly puzzled. No, I'm sure of it. You were here 2 nights ago. Same place, same time with the gentleman. That's enough, she snapped, her tone sharp and low. Just bring us water, please. Startled, he nodded and walked away. I stared at her. She stared down at the tablecloth. And in that instant, the evening I had planned to celebrate her became a night I finally noticed a fracture she'd been hiding for months. Sarah, I murmured, barely above a whisper. Who was he talking about? She swallowed, twisting the napkin in her hand so tightly it nearly ripped. No one. It's a misunderstanding. I told you I sometimes come here for lunch with co-workers. Maybe he saw someone else and assumed. Lunch. I echoed. He said dinner. Same table. Same time. Her eyes flickered ever so slightly, a tiny, betrayed movement she didn't even control. And suddenly I knew. Not the details, not the timeline, but the truth. Something had settled between us. Something she refused to let me see. My voice trembled. Are you seeing someone? She inhaled sharply. No, but the way she said it, soft, shaky, fragile, sounded more like desperation and denial. The silence that followed felt heavier than any argument we'd ever had. Please don't do this here, she whispered. Not tonight. Not my birthday. I'm not the one who brought us here. I muttered. She winced. It's not what you think. Then tell me what it is, I said quietly. I can't ignore this now. She looked like someone trying to hold back a flood with trembling hands. Fine, she breathed. I'll be honest. Just don't lose it. My entire body stiffened. Talk. She drew in a slow breath. I came here last week. Yes, but I wasn't alone. My throat felt tight. With who? She hesitated, glanced out at the water, then back at me. With Mark. I blinked. Mark? Your co-worker? The one you said you barely even spoke to? She gave a faint nod. The world felt like it shifted sideways. And why? I said slowly, are you having dinner with another man? And why would he be introduced as your husband? She squeezed her eyes shut. He's not. It was a joke. A stupid inside joke. The waiter must have overheard. I let out a sharp breath. An inside joke? He calls himself your other husband, and you think that's funny. It wasn't like that. Then explain what it was like. Her lip trembled. I don't know anymore. That sentence cut deeper than anything else she could have confessed. Our meals arrived. Dishes I didn't remember ordering, her usual favorites. But she didn't touch hers, and I couldn't even look at mine. The quiet between us was suffocating. I kept hearing the waiter's words replay in my head. The other husband. How casual he sounded. How normal it felt to him. How alien it felt to me. I'm not cheating, she whispered at last. Not physically, I repeated. So emotionally, she flinched, turning her gaze away. You're married to me, I said, but you let another man take you out. You let people believe he's your partner. Her voice dropped to almost nothing. I never meant for it to go this far. My chest tightened. This far how? Her eyes glistened again. I didn't realize how lonely I felt until someone else made me feel seen. It hit like a punch straight to the ribs. Seen! I rasped. I see you every single day, Sarah. She shook her head, not the way he did. I leaned back, looking at her like a stranger. The painful truth wasn't that she'd already crossed a line. It was that she'd been drifting, aching, craving something she never voiced, and she begun finding it in someone else. Why didn't you come to me? I asked, my voice barely audible. Because I didn't want to hurt you. Well, you did. A tear slid down her cheek. I know, and I'm so sorry. I ran a hand down my face, trying to breathe through the constriction in my throat. I would have fought for us, I said quietly, if you just told me. She swallowed. I don't know if I want you to. That one line shattered something inside me. We left the restaurant without another word. The night air outside felt colder than it should have, sharper, unforgiving. She wrapped her arms around herself as we walked. I need time, she whispered. To think, to figure out what I want. My voice came out hollow. And what about what I want? She looked at me, guilt shining under the streetlights. I'm sorry, she said again. But sorry wasn't enough. Not for this. Not for a birthday dinner turned into a quiet confession. Not for the secret a stranger exposed before I ever saw it myself. Not for the way she now looked at someone else the way she used to look at me. That night, I drove her home, packed a small bag, and left before she could even ask where I was going, because she already knew, and deep down, so did I. Some betrayals don't involve hands or bodies. Some are softer, slower, buried beneath words and glances, but they cut deeper. And the worst part? They don't destroy you all at once. They wear you down piece by piece, the same slow way she unraveled me.